Big Herc 916, positivity, motivation, never settle for average. You know how we do it over here? Go to bigherc916.com, pick you up some merch. Holler at me if you want to purchase one of these art pieces or a commission to get your own specialized art piece by Big Herc. Or grab a bar of soap and wash your ass. The holidays are here, and it'd be a good idea to clean that booty hole. Ain't nothing worse than a stanky booty hole. Yeah, man. Lions never lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. You get that right, man. If you're a lion, why are you worried about the opinion of a sheep? They don't read. They don't think. They just follow and react. You know, when you do stuff like that, then you get what you got coming. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me put you up on some more game with silent weapons for quiet wars. I know a lot of you guys won't read, so I'm going to read to you. You remember story time? Well, this story time is the real story time. I'm lacing you up. I'm not here promoting any type of legal advice, telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just reading. That's all. Giving you some game rather than buffoonery. Theoretical introduction. Give me control over a nation's currency, and I care not who makes its laws. Does anybody know who said that? It goes back to the money system. Mayer Emschel Rothschild, 1743 to 1812. Today's silent weapons technology is an outgrowth of simple idea succinctly expressed and effectively applied by the quoted Mr. Mayer Emschel Rothschild. Mr. Rothschild discovered the missing passive component of economic theory known as economic inductance. He, of course, did not think of his discovery in these 20th century terms, and to be sure, mathematical analysis had to wait for the Second Industrial Revolution, the rise of the theory of mechanics and electronics, and finally the invention of the electronic computer before it could be effectively applied in the control of the world economy. Central energy concepts. In the study of energy systems, there always appear three elementary concepts. These are potential energy, kinetic energy, and energy dissipation. And corresponding to these concepts, there are three idealized, essentially pure physical counterparts called passive components. In the science of physical mechanics, the phenomenon of potential energy is associated with a physical property called elasticity or stiffness and can be represented by a stretched spring. In electronic science, potential energy is stored in a capacitor instead of a spring. This property is called capacitance instead of elasticity or stiffness. In the science of physical mechanics, the phenomenon of kinetic energy is associated with a physical property called inertia or mass and can be represented by a mass or a flywheel in motion. In electronic science, kinetic energy is stored in an inductor in a magnetic field instead of a mass. This property is called inductance instead of inertia. In the science of physical mechanics, the phenomenon of energy dissipation is associated with a physical property called friction or resistance and can be represented by a dashpot or other device which converts system energy into heat. In electronic science, dissipation of energy is performed by an element called either a resistor or conductor, the term resistor being one generally used to express the concept of friction, and the term conductor generally used to describe a more ideal device, example, wire, employed to convey electric energy efficiently from one location to another. The property of a resistance or conductor is measured at either resistance or conductance reciprocals. In economics, these three energy concepts are associated with economic capacitance, capital, money, stock, inventory, investments in buildings and durables, etc. 2. Economic conductance, goods, production, flow, coefficients. 3. Economic inductance, service, the influence of population of industry on output. All of the mathematical theory developed in the study of one energy system, e.g. mechanics, electronics, etc., can be immediately applied in the study of any other energy system, e.g. economics. Mr. Rothschild's energy discovery. What Mr. Rothschild had discovered was the basic principle of power, influence, and control over people as applied to economics. That principle is when you assume the appearance of power, people soon give it to you. Mr. Rothschild had discovered that currency or deposit loan accounts had the required appearance of power that could be used to induce people inductance with people corresponding to a magnetic field into surrounding their real wealth in exchange for a promise of greater wealth instead of real compensation. They would put up real collateral in exchange for a loan of a promissory note. Mr. Rothschild found that he could issue more notes than he had backing for, so long as he had someone's stock of gold as a persuader to show his customers. Mr. Rothschild loaned his promissory notes to individuals and to governments. These would create overconfidence. Then he would make money scarce, tighten control of the system, and collect the collateral through the obligation of contracts. The cycle was then repeated. These pressures could be used to ignite a war. Then he would control the availability of currency to determine who would win the war. That government which agreed to give him control of its economic system got his support. Collection of debts was guaranteed by economic aid to the enemy of the debtor. The profit derived from his economic methodology made Mr. Rothschild all the more wealthy and all the more able to extend his wealth. He found that the public greed would allow currency to be printed by government order beyond the limits, inflation, of backing in precious metal or the production of goods and services, gross national product, GNP. I'll stop right there and let you marinate on that. Do your homework and just read, man. If you don't want to be ignorant, you don't want to assume, you want to be in the know, pick up a book and read. Put down your wee-wee. Stop twerking for a little while, or tweaking, whatever you're doing out there. Sober up for a couple days. Read and just look at what's going on and take a step back and reflect. I had a lot of time to reflect, and when I used to read through this book, I read it multiple times. I got the highlights and stuff all in here. I'm gonna go all through the book with you guys. Just read it. Take time, read it. See, I got all type of notes, but it used to blow my mind. Highlights. It used to blow my mind because I'd be reading this book and I'm sitting in prison and I look out through the little peephole and I trip out, man, because I be reading on the book and I see like everybody's just going along with the program. Nobody's questioning why they're in prison. Oh yeah, they committed they said a crime or whatever, but under what law? Something didn't add up. It was too complacent. It seemed just too normalized. And some people just became really comfortable in there and didn't really question or, you know, never read a law book, but they depended on an attorney to tell them what was going on in court. And one thing they ask you in court, has anybody promised you anything? Are you under any threat, duress, or coercion? Do you understand the charges? And what your attorney does is tell you to do this. Yeah. And you got dudes in there, straight gangsters. Yeah. Say yeah. You have anything to say? No, Your Honor. Man, you getting slaughtered up in there. Slaughtered. Then you go right back to the unit and have a bowl of top ramen. Never looked up the statutes, don't even know the history of anything, just the law. Oh, the law, I broke the law. You don't even know what the law is. You don't really know what's going on as far as the process. You just went along with it, nodded your head. You don't even know what duress is. You don't know what coercion is. You don't know if you would have said yes, what would have happened? All these dudes thinking, oh, I got this dude, he's doing this and that. This guy's talking for you, hanging out golfing and hanging out with the DA, prosecutor, whatever he's doing or she's doing. And you're in there watching sports, entertainment, getting tattoos, and being entertained, waiting to get your wig split by the judge. I got my wig split by the judge. I spoke up though, knocked off a couple years, but still got my wig split. That's what happens when you're out there doing dumb shit. Like I tell you youngsters doing the smash and grab, you just waiting to go to jail. You keep going. You done got away with 2, 3, now you're going on number 4. When they get you, put foot up in your ass, you start crying. Oh man, they beat me up, man. You done robbed and beat up about 20, 30 people. When you get beat up, you get all mad. Oh, man, they shouldn't have to do. You didn't have to do it either. And then you get up in there and you don't even try to elevate your consciousness. You're still on the bullshit, walking the track, talking about bullshit, reminiscing about bullshit. You don't want to break away and get your mind right. I'm trying to tell you, get your mind right before you even go to jail. You get this game right here, this game I'm showing you right here, and this is, just a little book, a little pamphlet. Ain't nothing major, it ain't gonna like, Illuminati. It ain't nothing crazy. It's just a book, man. It's available out there. You can Google it. I'm quite sure you can find it out there. But when you read it and you look at the game, you be like, man, some people are on some different shit. It's like I was listening to another guy talk, and he said, man, some people think, oh man, I was born to bust cheeks. I got a big swipe. I'm a monster. I be busting them down. That's all they depend on is they wee-wee. They wee-wees their whole life. They just want to put their wee-wee in as many women as possible. That's their whole mission in life. Some people, they like, oh man, I'm going to dunk on people. I'm this guy, he's 6'9", 6'11", 6'10". He was put on the earth to dunk and play basketball. This guy, he's in the game to do OnlyFans. This girl, she want to do OnlyFans. Other guy, maybe he wants to spit the bars. Me, I want to figure it out. I want to elevate to the highest consciousness possible. and move the world. See things at a bigger level. It's not just about working out or, you know, being an influencer or, being on the internet. Nah, I want to figure some shit out, and I'll share some stuff with you here and there. I'm not no guru, or I'm not no some, what is it? They got now the mentor, whatever they call these people. I'm a mentor you. I'm like, dude, come on, man. You're a weenie, bro. You're not mentoring me, man. You're not mentoring me. But I will listen to some real shit. And you got to pick and choose who you allow to entertain your time. Otherwise, you waste a lot of time. But when I look at people, the impact, Rothschild, monster, beast. This dude, man, this 1700s, he running the money game way back then. And then you turn around, these cats, man, J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller, the Vanderbilt, all these cats, man, running game on Jekyll Island. See, a lot of y'all don't even know what Jekyll Island is. These dudes ran game on Jekyll Island, set up a game plan. That shit's still going on right now. And it's all intertwined, big ass game, but you guys don't know because you don't read. And they don't teach us in school. They're not going to teach it in college. They're going to teach you some other bullshit. Some other bullshit, how to run around and, maybe be old socialist or Marxist, before you turn communist. They're going to teach you some bullshit like that, but they ain't going to teach you no real game on how you can see what's really going on, so you ain't caught up in all this emotional bullshit. I'm telling you, I used to sit back and be like, man, how did I get myself in this position? It wasn't just a bank robbery. It was a bunch of other bullshit I was fed that led to the choices that led to me doing a bank robbery. It didn't make me, but it led to me entertaining that shit. See, when you're already entertaining a bunch of shit, it's easy to jump into some other shit. A lot of y'all entertaining so much shit. When somebody else throw a bucket of shit, you jump right and give me the bucket of shit. You jump right in front of it because you're already trained to entertain shit. So you're shit entertainers. Shit entertainers. You train to entertain shit because you don't know the real. And anytime you try to break away from the real and see the real, they give you more shit. You just jump back into that shit. Takes a lot of responsibility and discipline to break away from the shit, to get away from the boo-boo. Because more people like boo-boo than like roses. The boo-boo's fun, boo-boo, man, boo-boo party, I'm having fun, man. It's late. I just wanted to spit something real quick before I jumped into bed, The Silent Weapons, man, is bringing back a lot of crazy, thoughts of, when I used to really get into the study. I used to read for hours, man, hours and hours of different stuff, law books, U.S. Code, Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Code of Federal Regulations, American Jurisprudence, Modern Money Mechanics. It's all time. I had to read all kind of crazy stuff. I read so many books. A lot of stuff it's just like I got to pull it back out of the memory bank, man. But pick up a book, get laced up. Big Hurt 916. Make sure you guys subscribe, man. Represent. You get some real stuff over here. You ain't getting the bullshit. I'm not gossiping. There's a lot of shit going. Oh man, did you hear about Puffy? Oh man, you hear about Will Smith? You hear about so and so, man? Shit, man. That's some bullshit. Man. Who cares? Who cares, man? Them dudes, man. Who cares what they doing? Get your mind right. Get your life straight. Don't live through somebody else's bullshit. Get your shit right so you can be on point. To hell with everybody else got going on. Who cares? That's another distraction. That's that boo-boo party, that shit party. They throwing the shit and you jumping in front of it. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. And then you get caught up in the drama. Some dudes, they pay them just to be agent provocateurs. Those are people who stir up shit. When shit gets too close to being recognized, they put an agent provocateur in the mix and they get it going right back, get it going again. That's all they do. Just look on the internet and see that you look at the channels, see the dudes, and listen to their conversation and just pick it apart. These dudes ain't talking about like understanding what's going on and the history of just how economics and energy. They're talking about straight bullshit. But if you like bullshit, they got a shit party for you. Big Herc 916.
Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.
I didn't start off as a bad kid. Officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey against all odds.